One.
So the mental health is something that's very important for all of us. Currently, I'm just getting better of what I was doing before, but I know it's different for how we take it. Cause like I'm here with my parents, I have their support, and that's like I think that's a huge thing, and that's a key because they've been helping me during the past few time, and my friends as well. But I know we have different contexts and point of views of how we live in Canada. For me, I live with my parents, I have their support and everything. How is it for you, Noah?
Well, honestly, it's pretty good right now. I mean, besides like the strong workload with the assignments and homework and all that, it's been pretty good. I'm glad I have a good group of friends here. I've been spending a lot of time with them. Unfortunately, even though my parents aren't that far away, they're only like around a half hour to hour away. I still haven't talked to them a whole lot recently because I've been super busy. But I'd say thanks to my friends and all them, I've been doing a lot better. How about you, Melissa?
I mean, my life has been chaotic lately. I've been overworking. Like I'm living alone, so I need like the money to live. And personally, I would say it's really tough and it's a bit like too much sometimes. But I always remind myself like tomorrow's never promised. So I stress about what's happening today, you know? Like tomorrow you might not wake up, guys. So I just let it go and yeah, and the thing is the good thing about living abroad is it's you get to experience like a lot of new stuff, and you got to figure out yourself more.
Yeah, and I feel like especially with living abroad, like, you obviously have the challenges of, you're living by yourself for the first time. Your parents, I mean, your family is so far away, so you have that whole kind of stress, and it's kind of way different, but like with that, and with having your parents somewhat nearby, like me and Daniel have, I
Mm-hmm.
feel like it would be a lot harder for you. But that, like, in my opinion, I feel like that's going to make you a better human because of like the experiences you're having right now and whatnot.
Exactly, but like you always need your family support. You always need someone to like guide you, to be next to you, like to have someone like shoulders to cry on, at the end of the day. Not to just like so like let's say you're working, you're tired, you go home, you lay on bed. You need someone like and doing it on your own is really hard. And you really have to push yourself out to go out to make it throughout the day. It's really hard sometimes. Like not a lot of people they talk about this, but getting yourself out of bed, like you need a lot of effort for that.
Yeah, just the thing, like I was thinking about this last time, cause I haven't been doing like great the past few time, and so I was thinking about your cases, like Noah living me by myself, but with my parents here would be still hard for me to like overcome about stuff that I've been going through. But now I was thinking about Melissa, and it's like, wow, just imagine like going through hard stuff and having no one who to talk to but your friends. And I know your friends can be a very huge support sometimes, but sometimes your friends get tired of stuff, and like it's not that same bond that you have with your parents or your family, your brother. And so yeah, I think that's different point of views of how you see it, because we are not the same, we're different people, and how we look at stuff and how we take stuff is different. But for me it would be like very difficult, like in your positions.
I mean, yeah, like I would say all of us, like we share the same issue, but like in different ways. You know what I mean? So it's like both hard and yeah, we're gonna remove that part.
Yeah, I think we're all connected. I think we're all connected in some way than just being brown.
That's
Yeah, Mindy.
crazy.
Fuck you, Mindy.
That's crazy. I'll keep that in.
I just imagine giving that in.
Imagine.
How are you guys feeling about this mental wellness with all the homeworks and assignments that we've been having the past few time here in Fan Show?
I mean, it's getting like overwhelming. Like literally, I've like you've noticed, guys. I've been like not showing up. I've been really sick. I've been overworking. It gets so tired that it gets so hard to force myself to get out of bed. So that's like the shittiest part of me living abroad and alone. But like, okay, I'd say it's a good experience and everything, but there's like a lot of ups and downs, and you have to be there for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Because at the end of the day, you only have yourself, right? As a person living abroad.
What about you, Noah?
What was the question? I was so
Have you
zoned
have you
out.
been feeling like overwhelmed and like tired of this full school thing because of the assignments and everything we have to do all
Yeah,
the
I'd
time?
I'd say especially this week. Well, I'd say actually the past 2 weeks because now we're getting down to like the nitty gritty of it. So we have like pretty much all these final assignments we're working on, and there's been super tough. Just balancing everything because I think we have 6 to 8. I think 6 to 8 classes this term, and if we have a final for each one, that's like friggin' what eight finals to do, and it's not fun to balance them. So that's why I think I like the way I'm doing it right now. I'm kind of doing like small bits and pieces of each one all at once. So then instead of tackling it all at once, I kind of have this whole month to kind of tackle them slowly and like one by one.
That's a huge thing. Haven't you guys thought like when you're overwhelming and like having everything on your back to just leave Fansho or like leave everything? And I don't know, that happens to me like sometimes like I'm confused if this is for me, like journalism and broadcasting. Have that happened to you guys?
Definitely, like I said, especially this week, it's been very tough with just the amount of stuff. And like, just yesterday, for an example, I don't think I got back to my residence until like 10 o'clock. So I was literally gone from 8 to 10. That's like 14 hours of just straight working. And that was not fun to deal with. And especially because, when you're working all the time, you don't have a lot of time to like eat or anything.
Yeah.
And that's not good. You don't have a lot of energy,
Yeah.
and I feel like it's definitely not a great combination.
What about you,
Yeah, I
Melissa?
honestly totally understand that because for me personally, I overworked a lot this week. And overworking just makes me so tired. Like, let's say the next day I have a class at 6 a.m. Like, our classes is like, we go to classes like early in the morning. So, like, most of our classes are in the morning. So I struggle to get out of bed. I struggle to like I don't have the energy. I try searching for that energy, but I can't find it. And for your question, I would say yes, I've thought about that. Like, is journalism what I want it? Like, do I really see myself there at some point? I mean, like, like you have a lot of questions throughout your life. Questions who are like like we all like in a crowded rooms we all have the same unanswered questions. The difference is like we all perceive them in another way. So but yeah, like work and college, it's definitely like so tiring as like for us people living abroad.
Yeah. Haven't they like help you guys? Because like when you accomplish something or when you do a newscast, like this happened to me, or when I do interviews or when I do a newscast, and like I get that satisfaction of doing the thing right and how I wanted to do it, or like do research even. Doesn't that happen to you? Like that, I don't know, give you more emotion or help you to move on and keep going with this?
Yeah, that definitely happened to me this week, especially because I had my first shift on like the X. So just getting that kind of done, and as soon as I finished my 10 o'clock cast, I just felt like I accomplished something like super big. So I was very happy about that. And yeah, even with assignments, just kind of getting each assignment done, it kind of brings me satisfaction. As soon as I'm done, I can kind of just kind of breathe and like have a moment of just relief with all the assignments and stress.
Okay, now I have a question. So when you guys feel so overwhelmed and you feel like the whole world is against you and you're alone, right? I mean, you're with your family, but like you're technically far from home. So, what's the first thing you think about? Like, how do you calm yourself?
I
How do you calm your thoughts?
something that I've been like working on in the past few times is like learning how to breathe and like breathe slowly. That thing that helps me out to calm myself. I also like try to think about good stuff and like repeat it in my head. Good stuff that I have. I don't know, my family, my brothers, that I'm studying, that I'm healthy. I don't know. I try to like something that keeps my head out of that zone and try to breathe. I think that helps me out a lot. Like try to like breathe, control. Like I don't know, take
Deep,
control of my breathe.
yeah, like deep breathing,
Yeah.
exercise and
Yeah.
whatnot. Yeah, that's
and then there's like a word I always say to myself, like you got this, like you can do it.
Mm-hmm.
you got this, keep going.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, like as I said before, tomorrow is never promised. So go ahead,
Like self motivation.
live your life. Yeah.
What about you, Noah?
Yeah, that's another thing. I mean, I always think of, like you. It's kind of hard to describe, but like kind of you came into this world for a reason, so you don't want to kind of sit around and just waste your life doing nothing. You kind of just, you're here for a reason. Keep accomplishing on what you're doing. Keep like chasing your dream and whatnot. And I also think about, the people who are in like worse conditions than us. So like, people in like war-driven countries and all that, the homeless, like we should be very thankful for kind of the opportunity we have and the lives that we are living.
I mean, like as international students, like we're definitely not alone. Like there is a lot of international students, like wherever you go, whether it's in college, whether it's in schools, whether you switch countries, you know, because like we all come from like we all have different names, different identities, different backgrounds. So yeah, like wherever you go, like I literally when I so like next to me there's like a window. So if I look there, I'm gonna see like a bunch of international students. So that's when you think like you're never alone.
Bringing that topic of like getting to know that you're with other people and you're not never gonna be alone. How is it being doing for you guys to like make new friends here?
I'm, I don't know. I'm kind of, I obviously kind of have the group I made like the first week in our program, and they've kind of been the ones that I've been sticking with the whole time. So I mean, there's that. Luckily, though, I am a very outgoing person, so it's not that hard for me to kind of go out and just meet people. So I'm very thankful, kind of the way I was raised. Like my mother, she's very outgoing. My father's very outgoing, so I kind of got that from them. And then I kind of brought that kind of to my personality and like what I have now, and I'd say it's kind of working out for me now.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
What about for you, Melissa?
I mean, for me, it's like, for me as a person who came here like 8 months ago, so I'm still new here technically. It's so easy for me to make friends. I feel like that's like the most part I like about me and about my life, because what's important in living abroad and living alone is connections. It's really important to have like contacts, like people to talk to, and because like at the end of the day you're gonna realize that you'll need them one day, you know what I mean. And for friends, I try keeping my distance between like every friend I make, but definitely like friends are just like for fun. And yeah, like I feel like finding real friends is rare, especially nowadays, like in our generation. So yeah.
I think that's a great topic. Like, how do you guys divide that of getting to know if someone is a real friend and someone that you just got to know? Because like we get to know people all the time, but it's for me, and my experiences is too hard to like get to consider someone my friend. Has to like happen sometime, and there has to be like that confidence and that bond between us. How is it for you guys?
I mean, for me, I would say the thing is like when you get stabbed, when you get cheated on, when you like you thought the person who would stick forever just like vanishes and then switches up on you. So that's why like that's a, like part of me believes like friendships are just for like just like part part of your time where so it's like friendships come in a point where you need them, okay, and then once you guys don't need each other anymore, like whatever, fuck that. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is like friendships don't last
Mm-hmm.
because yeah, people are actually assholes.
Yeah, I've kind of been in that same situation. Like I've had a couple buddies where I just kind of stopped talking to you out of the blue, and it's like, it's nobody's fault. It's just kind of the way life goes. You meet so many new people, and then you kind of eventually your old friends you used to talk to all the time kind of just disappear. You kind of go branch off on different like career paths and whatnot. So it's kind of the way of life.
It's kind of the way of life.
Exactly. And then I would honestly like say, so living abroad, technically, we're gonna go back to this topic. When you're actually living alone, you get to figure stuff more about yourself. Like you get to experience stuff you never thought you would experience. You figure out stuff about yourself you never thought like these stuff existed. So and also you get to meet a lot of new people. So like for me, for example, before leaving my home country, I had like a lot of best friends and I had a boyfriend, but when I left here, I left everything behind. But before leaving everything behind, there was like this part where I had to say goodbye to them, but goodbye in not good in a good way because like they did me wrong, and not all of them. Like obviously, it's just like my best friend and my boyfriend. So you just have to let go sometimes. You just have to like figure yourself out. You just have to let yourself out. I think the key of life is to figure things out.
I think that's very important because like we're in the age or the range of age that we're learning a lot of stuff, and like something is like how to let things go and how to say goodbye to things, because like sometimes it's too hard for us to like just leave everything behind and just go to our for our path. I think it's at least for me it's like something that is very hard. Even when I just left my country, it was huge, something like a huge impact for me to say bye to my family and to leave everything that I thought was gonna be there forever. But now it's like it's still there, but not present
Not as
in my
much as
life,
before.
not as much as before as
Yeah.
well. So how do you guys do that of like leaving things that you used to too much before, but not anymore? It's like not anymore in your life.
I mean, I feel like it's like once you get used to something, like growing up, you got used to your home country, your friends, the people you talk to. So it's so hard, like when someone takes you out of it, you know?
Hmm.
So it's like someone's stealing something from you that always, like, that's always been there. You know what I mean? So, you know, by time you'll get used to it. And once you get used to it, that's when you're adapting with change. That's
Just
for
I
me.
just had one question for Noah. Is like I've never been through it, and I may be going through that soon. But how was it to say bye to your parents and just make your own way?
You know, like luckily I still, I still see him. I usually head home maybe once a month, once every little bit. But even like I haven't talked to them a whole lot recently, which sucks. But like, time kind of just disappears, and it's like, like I haven't talked to my parents in probably a week, and I didn't even realize that. It's kind of just time flies so much, especially with like all the work we're having right now. So you almost don't notice it, which, like I said, sucks a lot. And yeah, even just leaving, like my buddy, like I was really close with my buddy last summer. We were seeing each other like every day, and like he lives in London now, but just thanks to schooling and whatnot, I haven't had the time to see him literally once. Like the last time I seen him was December when I went back to work because we used to work together at the same place. So that was the last time I seen him was December, and it sucks because I mean I still talk to him once in a while, but like me and this guy last summer were like super tight. We do everything together. Now I hardly see him anymore.
Last summer, you said. Do you guys ever think about going back in time, or do you even
Yeah,
wish
yeah, a
to
lot of
experience
times.
things twice?
But I think it will. Don't you think that if you go back, I think about it all the time. Like I think about past, and it's not okay. I think it's not okay. I think you have to live the present. But of course, I think about it. But I think that if I didn't go through what I went in the past,
You wouldn't be the person you are
yeah,
now.
I would be someone completely different.
Exactly.
So I'm grateful for what I've been through. But of course, there's like some things that you would like to change in the past. But what do you think about it?
Noah, I have a question for you. Do you wish to relive your past life?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, there's situations I wish that like I changed way differently. Like even like coming back to it, like the buddy who I had last summer, like I went to the same high school as him, yet I never spoke to him for some reason. And even like the friends I made in high school, a lot of them were dicks. So and they treated me like complete shit. So I mean, I kind of wish I dropped them way earlier than I should have. But yeah.
But I mean, you shouldn't regret anything, cause like we are in a part, like in a point in our life where we're actually like trying to be the best version of ourselves. Like if you think about it, today Noah is is improving, you know. Today Noah is not the yesterday Noah. Today Daniel is not the yesterday Daniel. You know, so like every day is like an experience. Every
Today's
day is
Melissa
like
is not yesterday's Melissa.
what?
Keep going, bro. Keep going. Keep
What did
talking.
you say?
Today's Melissa is not yesterday's Melissa.
Yeah. I mean, does it make sense?
Yeah, it does
Yeah.
make sense. Yeah.
Like
All of
you
us.
know, like let's go backwards like 5 years. Are you the same Daniel?
No.
Like a lot of stuff has changed,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like you may now hold responsibility. You're working. You have a job.
It's
You
a
blah,
lot of
blah,
stuff.
blah.
It's a lot of stuff.
Exactly.
When you
yeah.
look back in time, it's like, damn.
Like damn, like yeah.
I changed a lot. And it's like I'm someone right now.
Exactly. That's when you're like, you know, you reach your goal.
Yeah.
So that's what makes you want to go forward. That's what makes you want to go like when to give it your best.
What is your biggest goal that you accomplished the last year? For me, I had 3 goals last year, but like the biggest one that I was looking for like since a long time ago was like buying a car. And so I think that's the biggest goal that I had, and like I promised myself that I was gonna do it before I was 20 years old, and I did, and I was like, I want more than that right now. But for you guys, what was the last year's goal that you had?
I'd say my main goal was, you know, I was getting very sick of just working every day, just kind of doing the same thing. So I'm very happy, and like my goal was to kind of progress my life because I didn't want to work the same job each day over and over again, doing the same stuff. So going to college, getting the opportunity I have, that was probably my main goal, and I'm super grateful for that.
What about you, Melissa?
I mean, for me personally, it was like figuring out more about myself. Because, like, you know, last year I was in high school, so I didn't really know, like, what am I going to do? And I feel like this is, like, so common between, like, a lot of high school students where they don't know, like, where to go, what to do, who to be after high school. So you just go, like, you know, in a, like, stage where like, am I gonna take a gap here, or am I gonna like travel, or am I gonna like stay in my home country? So for me personally, I did achieve like a huge thing, which is like moving to a new country, finding a job, living by myself, affording living alone, and trying my best to make it to class.
Don't you guys feel like taking a gap is like a waste of time? For me, like probably like it depends on like each of us. But like I thought about taking a gap for 1 year, but I was like, what I'm gonna do? Like I'm gonna just be working. I was overthinking it, and I said like it's better to like try to study something, and something that I was like interested since I was a child, that is journalism. But how do you guys did you guys even thought about it? And if you took it, how was it?
I mean, I obviously, because I'm 22 now, so I took like a multi-year gap. I was kind of just, you know, I didn't really think about it. It was more so me being sick of working, and I want to actually progress my life and do something that I enjoyed. So it's more so that instead of thinking of the whole gap thing.
You Melissa?
What was the question?
Nah, come on. Did you thought about having a gap?
Oh,
or
is
something?
the gap
Yeah.
here? Honestly, not really, because like as you said, as you were saying, I feel like I'm gonna be wasting my time, you know. So it's like, okay, it's not always a waste of time. Like for Noah, it's like, you know, he got something from it. Like taking a rest, taking a year off is like, you should do that for your mental health. Like your mental health goes like on top of whatever you're going through. So your mental health is like so crucial and so important. You should prioritize that. So if that in that case, if you want to take a gap year, go take a gap year. If you want to go to the Maldives, go to the Maldives. If you know, just like, but remember, you always have responsibilities.
Now we are all here. We didn't, or we did take a gap, but we are all here studying journalism.
Exactly.
How do you guys see yourself after graduating? What do you want to do? Like, what specifically do you want to focus yourself on?
I mean, my main thing is getting into sports journalism. I haven't really, like, some days I think about, you know, what the future holds for me, but, you know, I just kind of live each day, hope for the best, and I try not to worry about it. Like, who knows? I might get a job just right out of here, right out of school, but I also could get like I could also take another year at some different college or university. So, I'm kind of just living in the present, not really thinking of the future. My ideal job would be working for like the Indianapolis Colts like football team as like an analyst or just something to do with them, game guy, anything, because that they're my favorite football team. I'd do anything to work for them.
So you would like to go to America?
Yeah, but I'm kind of fine with anywhere. Like Toronto, I mean, I
Mhm.
hate all the Toronto teams besides the Blue Jays, but I'd be willing to go there if it means I get an opportunity.
How about you, Melissa?
Yeah, I feel like you should never miss opportunities. For me personally, I want to be remembered when I die. So I want to be on TV. I want to show myself, I want to show What's so funny about that? What?
It's like that was funny because like I just asked, what do you want to do after graduation?
Yeah.
Like not like you're gonna die after graduation, but like
I want
it's
No,
to
like,
remember
no.
when I die.
yeah.
No,
I
no,
wanna be
actually-
remembered
Remembered when I die.
I want to
Like,
be remembered
what?
when I die, so that's why I want to be on screen.
I got
You know,
you.
I want to share
Okay.
stories. I want to share
Understandable.
news, like stuff, and I want to be like a very, very known reporter in NYC. Inshallah.
Yeah. In where?
Inshallah. Inshallah means like hopefully in Arabic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, inshallah.
But we always say inshallah.
I like
Inshallah.
enchiladas.
Inshallah.
It
Enchiladas.
tastes
What is
I love it.
enchiladas, bro? It's inshallah.
It's Mexican food, bro. It's actually good.
It's
Type
I-
shit,
I
type shit.
didn't answer the question though.
Type
but,
shit.
Like, something I would like to go to America as well to work in sports journalism. I don't know if in a team specifically. I'll be grateful if I get contracted by a team. But I would like to go to America. I think this where all the opportunities are. Like here in Canada, still there's a lot of opportunities and you can work on it. But there's where's all the opportunities and where you can get contacts from everywhere. I think it's just massive. It's just huge. It's a huge country, and I think I would like to go there as well.
Okay.